Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, another Student Speak event will be giving students the ability to share, to listen, and to better the community.
The shuttle schedule to return home for winter break has been released, students offering more transportation than in the past. And singing groups on campus show students what they've been working on all semester.
Holiday news, political updates, and a live sportscast from the TD Bank Arena coming up on this week's Q30 Newscast.
Good evening and welcome to the Q30 Newscast. I'm Mike Iozzo.
And I'm Sarah Schreiner. With the growing population at Quinnipiac, and more problems seem to come up. The most recent problem, it's next to impossible to find a seat in the library. Anna Sackle spoke to SGA representative Joe Yasso to see what SGA is doing about the issue.
Finals week means one thing for students: studying, studying, and more studying. But with the library filled with students, how is anyone supposed to do that? SGA has created a special committee to address the ever-growing population at Quinnipiac and the problems it may cause.
My ad hoc committee that we created was for addressing the student population. There's a lot of issues that are caused by the growing student population now that all classes are going to be 1,900. So rather than going to like admissions and saying stop accepting people, we're trying to come up with solutions to make the school be able to better accommodate all these students that will be here eventually, which is going to be almost 8,000. More
students means less space, and that is serving to be a huge issue, now that one library cubicle is one of the most precious things that you can find.
One issue we've seen is people aren't able to find space in the library. Every day I've gone to the library this week, I've gone over to the Center for Communications and Engineering because I can't find a seat. So we're looking into different ways that we can solve that. We don't have anything solid yet, and we're still writing the proposal, but we'll make that available to you once we've created it.
SGA plans to work with the university and find a solution to the population problem. Their hope is to be able to assist the school in doing research and finding new ways to make the little things, like studying, a little less crowded.
We're hoping that we can help them out in finding ways to be more efficient. We're also having issues with, class size, advising, all these different aspects that are changed that we're going to take a look at in this proposal. We'll do research over the break, and hopefully we'll have something we can present come January.
The annual holiday dinner is tomorrow night, December 8th, in the lower CAF from 4:30 to 7. Faculty and staff will be serving food to students in the cafeteria, which will be transformed into a winter wonderland. This event has been a Quinnipiac tradition for over 3 decades. Students can generate their tickets online through the ticket portal. Just pick the time that works best for you and show your ticket at the door.
Q30 Show #that will be hosting the first ever Holiday Hottie male beauty pageant. 5 Q30 members will compete in trivia, talent, and fashion competitions to determine the ultimate holiday hottie. The competitors are Andrew Badillo, Joel Vanner, John Franklin, Kirby Paulson, and Pat Pitts. The event will be an hour-long show and will be live streamed on YouTube. One of our own executive producers, Joel Vanner, will be competing in the pageant. We have his promo video. There will be a live...
Hi, I'm Joel Vanner, and I'm from Mystic, Connecticut. Unlike Andrew Badillo stated, I am the most important person in Q30 because I am co-executive producer of the Q30 Newscast. And because of my power, people say that I am the sassiest person in Q30.
One time Joel Vanner wore army pants and flip-flops, so I wore army pants and flip-flops.
I heard Joel Vanner has a third nipple.
One time he punched me in the face. It was awesome.
Ever since Joel got nominated for a Holiday Hottie, he's done nothing but ignore me and talk about how hot he is. And I heard he has a third nipple.
Thanks for all the compliments, guys. And if you like me as much as those people do, you should vote me to be Q30's Holiday Hottie.
There will be a live audience and they will vote on the winner. The event will be held on Friday at 9:15 p.m. in the Piazza. Student Government Association is holding its second Student Speaks event later today due to the success of the first event. This event is a place where students can come and openly express their views artistically, politically, socially, or religiously. Ali Munshi, the Vice President of Students Experience, plans this event to encourage students to share their opinions in spirit and in hopes of a better understanding of the views within our Quinnipiac community. This event is tonight from 9:15 to 11:15 p.m. in the Piazza, and there will be free food.
Montage, the literary and art magazine, has been increasing its presence on campus. One of the co-editor-in-chiefs of the magazine, Kyle Liang, spoke to us about Montage's recent efforts to expand what they do. He said the open mic night, which has proved to be greatly successful, is meant to encourage students to share their work in other ways than behind a screen, Liang said. Montage plans to continue promoting students to put themselves out there. It all started with collaborating on the merchandise and realizing this doesn't have to be just a journal. And then coming into this semester and knowing that we are definitely going to be holding the open mic nights at the very least, but then that became, why don't we start making magazines too? And that was like one of Chris's idea. We made the magazines too, and that continued to build a snowball of excitement. And then we were like, why don't we do this too? Or we should really look into doing this as well. Montage creates an atmosphere where students are free to share what they'd like to share, and this event often happens every month. The winter break shuttle schedule has been released. Shuttles for winter break will be bringing students to the New Haven train station and the Bridgeport Jefferson ferry service. Shuttles will be operating on the regular New Haven and train schedule Wednesday, December 14th, and Thursday, the New Haven shuttle will be express to Union Station in North Lot, every hour on the hour, beginning at 10 a.m. to midnight. At this point, all shuttles will be picking up and dropping off from North Lot. There will be no entertainment express shuttles to New Haven. On Friday, the New Haven shuttle will be express again to Union Station starting at 10 a.m. to midnight, Saturday through Sunday. There will be no service next week. And lastly, due to quiet hours, there will be no entertainment express shuttles on Thursday, December 8th and Saturday, December 10th. Shuttles to New Haven on Friday nights have not been in effect since last year.
Quinnipiac's favorite furry friends, Ben and Tucker, the two therapeutic golden retrievers, are coming back for another visit during the most stressful week of the year, finals week. These two dogs will be in the Student Center Wednesday and Thursday in room SC 119 to help students de-stress and take a study break.
I love seeing the dogs on campus during finals and midterms week. Other clubs on campus have also been hosting events over the past week to help students find some stress relief. Callie Keys has the story.
As finals week is quickly approaching, Quinnipiac students are starting to feel the stress. So to help the student body relieve this stress, many clubs and organizations are holding fun events around campus. Last night, the Irish Club had an ice cream social where students could grab a sweet study snack and meet those involved in the club.
Twice a year we do an ice cream social just kind of to gain awareness for our club. Also just kind of to support the QU community and give people a break during midterms and finals and stuff like that.
This Friday, QU After Dark will be holding their annual midnight breakfast.
We have our annual semesterly event, Moonlight Breakfast. It's from 9 to 11. If you bring a canned good or a donation, you get it at 9, and everyone else gets it at 9:30. So donate food and you can skip the line. We have pancakes, French toast, waffles, eggs, muffins, bagels, fruit, cereal, all sorts of different food. Just come and relax, enjoy a last night of freedom before all your finals start.
And on Saturday, the Student Planning Board will be holding their annual Night of Relaxation.
This Saturday, 8 o'clock in the Piazza, we're having Night of the Relaxation. There's going to be an oxygen bar, massage chairs, DIY sugar scrubs. We're bringing someone to do facials and eyebrow threading, and there's going to be 20-minute yoga sessions.
Take a break from the library this week and make sure to go check out the events that clubs and organizations are holding on campus to help you de-stress before your finals. For Q30 News, Callie Keys.
Over the summer, students going through orientation were advised to download the Rave Guardian app. However, many don't know what the app is or how to use it. We caught up with Shannon Grasso, who explained to us how Rave Guardian works and when to use it.
It is like having a blue light in your and your hand. There's a few levels to it. So on the simplest level, it's you sign up with your roommate, you guys become each other's guardians. You have a habit of every morning at 5:30 you go out for a half-hour run. At that point, you start your little timer. You do your thing, you come back, you turn it off. Nobody's the wiser. It's that day that you get back and you don't unset it off. Then an alarm goes off, your guardian's notified, and we start looking for you. If you're using it to walk across campus late at night, you get startled, you can set it off right away at public safety, an alarm goes off.
I love you.
A monitor that's dedicated to Rave Guardian pops up. It's split screen, your photograph and a map with a pin drop of where you are, and an open line of communication. Well, if you're that same runner, maybe you fell and hurt your ankle, and now we can get you.
Another common misconception is the blue light system. Most students believe that there are only 3 blue lights located on campus. But at the front of every residence hall, there is a yellow box system that acts as a blue light. They are also in every elevator and the parking garage. But with the Rave Guardian app, it is now like having a blue light on you at all times. Next up, my favorite segment, politics.
We'll toss it over to Chris Dacey for a political update. Chris?
Thanks, guys, and I have this week's political update. Let's start off with President-elect Donald Trump, who spoke on the phone with President of Taiwan, Tsai Ing-wen, regarding the United States' relationship with Taiwan. Trump later sent out a tweet lashing out at China as he wants to change the U.S. trade policy with them. This was the first time in 40 years that a president or a presidential-elect spoke with the Taiwanese leader, since Jimmy Carter was president and the One China policy was in place. Retired Marine Corps General Jim Jones said, quote, "He's not the president of the United States right now, he's the presidential-elect. He's talking to a lot of people around the world and is not necessarily a bad thing," unquote, in recent reports. Current Vice President Joe Biden shared that he might run for president in 2020 after holding a Senate session. He later said that he was not confirming the fact that he'd be running in 2020 election, as Biden feels, quote, "Fate has a strange way of intervening," unquote. Texas Republican Chris Sopran refused to cast his vote in the Electoral College. Sopran stated that, quote, "I am here to elect a president, not a king," unquote. Sopran had previously said that he would vote for Trump in the Electoral College, but since has changed his mind due to the president-elect, quote, "attacks on the First Amendment and the country's electoral process, as well as the billionaire businessman's continued promotion of his brand and business overseas," unquote. That's all the political news I got for you guys this week. Back to you guys on the desk.
Coming up after the break, we will have updates out of California on the Oakland warehouse fire, a Walmart lawsuit, and an Iraq vet who went for a walk.
Before that, a sports update from the TD Bank Arena, and we have Maury Hirsch-Gordon, who's reporting live from the QU men's basketball game, which has only begun, still in the first quarter. Talk to us, Maury.
Hey guys, can the Quinnipiac men's basketball team pick up 2 straight wins? It's facing an in-state rival tonight, Hartford. They're off to a good start. Also, we'll show you what the women's basketball team did last night. Could they pull off the upset win against Michigan State? And a family fun event this upcoming weekend after a Quinnipiac men's ice hockey game. All that and more coming up tonight on Sports.
It's 9:30 Eastern, and you know what that means. Sports Pause is on the air.
Ball played up the middle. Iman Whalen with a little cheat off the play. Preseason just boils down to going after another national championship and not necessarily focusing on the one before.
MJ, it is time for our favorite part of the show. It's the top 5 plays of the week, brought to you by B&D Deli, home of the Q-Dog.
Let's talk about the first play you want to break down.
Yeah, let's break it down right away.
But the one name I'm going to throw out there is a freshman, Mika Maples.
Hello, Quinnipiac hockey fans, and welcome to the Neutral Zone.
Definitely St. Lawrence, and I think you're going to see the test coming up real soon.
It might be
having a bit of an adjustment issue without that CBS line, but don't count them out.
At High Point Solutions Arena in Game 2 of Quinnipiac vs. Northeastern Series.
Thanks for sticking around and welcome back to the Q30 Newscast.
The Quinnipiac Legends a cappella group performed their annual winter concert this past Monday in the Student Center Piazza at 9:15 p.m. The group performed songs such as On My Way by Pentatonics, 4-5 Seconds, White Winter Hymnal, Chandelier, and Babel to showcase what they have been working on throughout this semester. The event had a great turnout. After the tragic passing of Dean Bassadaman late last month, Anne Deschelle has been appointed as the interim Dean of the School of Education. Deschelle has been a member of the Quinnipiac community since 1989 and has served as director of the Master of Arts Teaching Program since 2013. Mark Thompson, Executive Vice President and Provost, said, quote, "I am confident that she will be an asset to the senior leadership team," end quote. Quinnipiac singers group, the QU Notables, will be having their winter concert on Friday in the Student Center Piazza. QU Notables is a student-run choral group and performance group that uses instrumentals to occupy songs that will be performing contemporary pop music, and students are encouraged to take a break from finals studying to enjoy the complimentary food and listen to the music.
Quinnipiac's Q-Thon had their first ever 5K Ugly Sweater Fun Run on Sunday. They had breakfast, food trucks, hot chocolate, and kids from the Connecticut Children's Medical Center in attendance. There were 3 different races, and the event ran from noon to 3 on the quad. Many were in attendance, and the event was an overall success.
Next, we have John McMahon with our national news. What are the headlines reading, John?
Thanks, guys. Walmart has agreed to pay $7.5 million to settle a lawsuit, which allegedly the chain discriminated against gay employees. The class action lawsuit, filed in July 2015 by Jacqueline Cody on behalf of other Walmart employees, claimed that Walmart denied spousal health insurance benefits to the same-sex employees between 2011 and 2013. Reports released say it is not known how many current and former Walmart employees are affected by the settlement, but Walmart expects that no more than a few thousand people can be eligible for the settlement. Texts and calls from Oakland warehouse fire tragedy reveal more details about the deaths of 36 people. In Oakland, California, in an Oakland, California warehouse, 36 people huddled together preparing for death on Friday night. Many victims' texts are called family and loved ones, quote, "I'm going to die," unquote, and other endearing phrases such as "I love you." Sergeant Ray Kelly reported victims were found hugging each other for protection. He also said many of the victims who died from the flames and smoke would have had time to think about their deaths. Stories of survival and loss starting to emerge following the tragedy. A survivor, filmmaker and photographer Bob Moulet, told sources that he had to leave behind an injured friend to flee from the smoke and flames to save his own life. An Iraqi war vet would redefine his life after embarking on a walk to find hope and healing. Jonathan Hancock had a life filled with alcohol, arrests, and a suicide attempt after returning home from the war. He was a combat veteran who has struggled with adapting to life after the U.S. after he had experienced start anew and began a 5,800-mile walk from Maryland to California, carrying 70 pounds of gear on September 11, 2015. Although he did endure some snake bites, poison oak, impetigo, ran from moose, wolves, and was stalked by a mountain lion for 3 days in Oregon, he did it all for self-healing and to visit fellow Marines and Gold Star families of the fallen, and to spread awareness about what it's like for a vet to come home. That's all I have for your national news, guys. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, John. Such a tragedy, that Oakland fire. Really heartbreaking, Mike.
I know, but that Iraq war vet story, it was extremely uplifting. Truly, truly incredible. Leaving you with that impactful story, let's take a break. Stay with us.
All this and more
coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
coming up
on hashtag that.
We are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. The weather has really taken a turn down the thermometer in the last few days.
I'm really curious if it's going to stay like that. Luckily, we have Brooke Riley here with our full weather report for the next week. Brooke?
Thanks, guys. For tonight's forecast, it's a little chilly out here. It's 30 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, winds northwest-northwest at 4 miles per hour. Today it was a chilly one. We had 39 degrees in Waterbury, 42 in New Haven, 43 in Meriden, and 41 in Hartford, 45 in Storrs and Norwich, and 48 in New London. Tomorrow we got another cold, breezy day out there. 43 degrees, winds west at 9 miles per hour. So you might want to bundle up if you have any classes to get to. And tomorrow night, another chilly one. Grab the hats and gloves if you got to go study, because I know finals are coming up next week. 28 degrees, clear, with winds west at 7 miles per hour. Looking at the week ahead, the final week of the semester. Tomorrow, 43 degrees with a low of 28, mostly cloudy skies. Friday, another really windy day. 39 degrees with a low of 22. Saturday and Sunday is looking pretty sunny. A little clouds in the sky. If you need a break from studying, go out for a walk, enjoy the fresh air. 35 degrees is the high on Saturday and 20 is the low. Sunday, we have a 37-degree high and 29 degrees low. Monday, time to break out the umbrella yet again. 42 degrees is the high, one of the warmer days of the week, and 26 is the low. Tuesday looks really sunny out. 39 degrees with the high and 23 is the low. And the final day, next Wednesday, 37 degrees and 18 as your low. That's all I have for this week's weather forecast. I'm Brooke Riley. Now back to Mike and Sarah at the desk.
With only 18 days until Christmas, I should have known it was only going to get colder. Maybe we'll avoid Christmas this year.
I can't answer that for you, Sarah, but if you wanted to know about Lady Gaga's recent announcements or what's different on TV this week, we can ask Kayla Heavey. She has our entertainment news update. Kayla?
Thanks, guys. This past Monday, Lady Gaga was seen visiting a homeless shelter in New York City for the LGBTQ youth. While filming for today's show segment, Share Kindness, she opened up about having post-traumatic stress disorder. As a teen, Gaga was a victim of a sexual assault, but has been very open about it. She even wrote one of her songs titled Till It Happens to You about the issue. However, this was the first time she had opened up about her mental illness. After finding out this information, many fans have felt inspired to speak out more and feel more comfortable with their mental illnesses as well. But in other Lady Gaga news, this pop singer performed her hit song Million Reasons at the Victoria's Secret fashion show. She was the first to perform as the angels walked down the runway. Other performers included The Weeknd and Bruno Mars. This week is a good one when it comes to TV. Monday night was the Victoria's Secret fashion show, and tonight Hairspray Live will be airing on NBC. This remake has stars including Derek Huff, Ariana Grande, Jennifer Hudson, and so many more. The remake has the same storyline as the hit musical Broadway play, as well as all the catchy songs we love to sing and dance along to. The show will be airing at 8 p.m. as the cast performs the live show. It looks like it's going to be a really great show. From what I've heard, they've been practicing really hard, so it should be good. And finally, for all the Justin Bieber fans out there, you will be excited to hear this news. Well, on the Ellen DeGeneres show, Bieber was asked about his love life, being on tour, and a big announcement. The singer admitted to feeling lonely while touring, although he is single and isn't currently looking for a relationship. But that wasn't the big news. Bieber revealed that he is extending his Purpose World Tour back to North America to perform in stadiums for the very first time. This part of the tour will begin in August, starting in California, and stops in 5 other stadiums. Tickets for the concert went on sale yesterday. That's all I have for entertainment news. Back to Sarah and Mike at the desk.
Thanks, Kayla. After the break, we will have your sports update.
Live from the TD Bank Arena, we'll have a live game update, stories about women's basketball and men's hockey, so stay with us.
Hello, Quinnipiac hockey fans, and welcome to the Neutral Zone.
Definitely St. Lawrence, and I think you're going to see the test coming up real soon.
They might be having a bit of an adjustment issue without that CBS line, but don't count them out.
At High Point Solutions Arena in Game 2 of Quinnipiac vs. Northeastern Series.
Welcome back. Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for, we have your sports report.
Now we're going to throw it over to Maury Hirsch-Gordon, who is live from the TD Bank basketball court with your game update and all that's new in Quinnipiac sports. Take it away, Maury.
Thanks, guys. Big night here at TD Bank Sports Center. The Quinnipiac men's basketball team looking for its second consecutive win against in-state rival Hartford. Right now, we're at the under 8 media timeout. Quinnipiac leads 33-20. Just a little information for you guys out there. Quinnipiac leads the all-time series 8-2. Last year, it had a 2-point win at Hartford, 68-66. Quinnipiac's coming off a 77-63 win against the Marist Red Foxes on Sunday. They split their first 2 MAC games. Quinnipiac's led by 2 phenomenal freshmen, Peter Kiss and Mikey Dixon, both of which who have been the back-to-back MAC Rookie of the Weeks these last 2 weeks. Kiss averaging just under 13 points a game. Mikey Dixon just under 12 points a game. For the Hartford Hawks, they're coming off a win of their own on Saturday. They had an 8-point win in overtime at Sacred Heart, and they are led by Jalen Ross, a redshirt senior transfer from Eastern Michigan. He's top in the conference in points per game at just over 21. Now let's head to your weekend recap. We're going to start last night. The Quinnipiac women's basketball team played Big Ten opponent Michigan State right here at the TD Bank Sports Center. Michigan State, their pressure really bothered the women's basketball team. Quinnipiac didn't score a field goal for 11 minutes. Quinnipiac fought hard in the second half, however. They came up a little bit short, 71-54. Tori Jankowska, one of the best players in the entire nation, 18 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists for the Spartans. Adelie Martucci, a game-high 20 points for the Bobcats. Now let's head on over to the nationally ranked men's ice hockey team. They were just ranked number 7 in the country on Monday afternoon in the latest USCHO.com poll. They split this past weekend with a 4-1 victory on Friday night against RPI and dropped Saturday's game 5-2 against Union. This upcoming weekend, they're at a home-and-home against the Princeton Tigers. On Friday, they'll play at home. They'll play at Princeton at 7 o'clock. On Saturday, they are at home at 4 p.m. Quinnipiac men's ice hockey team should get 2 wins. Princeton with a 3-7-1 overall record. Now with a little live look here at the TD Bank Sports Center, Quinnipiac leads 35-22. Just under 8 minutes to play. Mikey Dixon here. Phil Winston will take the jump shot and he drains it. Quinnipiac up 37-22 here at the TD Bank Sports Center. And guys, it's a great night. And also, there will be a skate with the Bobcats on Saturday afternoon's matinee after the men's ice hockey game against Princeton, which I mentioned. Bring out the kids' parents because they're going to have an opportunity not only to get signatures from the men's ice hockey team, but skate on High Point Solutions Arena. Back to you guys.
That's all we have for tonight.
Stay up to date with the latest Quinnipiac news by following us on Twitter at Q30 News.
And visit our website at Q30television.com.
I'm Mike Iozzo.
And I'm Sarah Schreiner. Thank you and good night.